I'm Tamara. I'm an educator at the Museum of Life and Science, and today we're going to talk about our bite-size activities that you can do at home. We're going to talk about convection today in our activity, Moving Oceans. For this activity, you're going to need a plastic bag, the clothespin, 2 cups. I have food coloring. I'm going to use blue and red, but you can use any 2 colors that you have at home. I have cold water and hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling, but it needs to be pretty warm. So to start this activity, we're going to use the blue food coloring in 1 cup and the red food coloring in the other cup, or whatever color food coloring you have in your house. Then I'm going to take the cold water and put it in 1 cup. My blue food coloring is going to represent my cold water, and my red food coloring is going to represent my hot water. These 2 different temperatures of water represent the cold water in our ocean and the hot water in our ocean. The cold water from our north and south poles, and the warm water that comes from the equator, and what happens when they mix together. So with our bag, we're going to pinch it together so that 2 sides are separated. Once we have them separated, we can slowly pour the water into each side. Be careful to pour slowly so that the water doesn't mix early. Try to get each side about halfway to 3/4 full so that you have a good amount of water to see what happens when the water mixes. Now that I have both of my sides with my cold water and my warm water, I'm going to take my clothespin and release it slowly because I don't want the colors to mix too quickly, otherwise we won't get to see the effect. So as I pull it down, you'll see that the waters come together and that the red water goes on top of the blue water, creating a convection, a circular motion of our hot water to our cold water. In our oceans, when the warm water from the equator reaches the cold water from our north and south poles, this kind of motion will happen. The warm water goes over the cold water and creates a circular motion that we call a convection. This is what causes much of our currents in our ocean. Once you do this first experiment, you can try different temperatures of water. I also suggest that you look up our oceans and the currents and how they flow. You will notice how the cold water and the warm water create these circular convections in our ocean. Thank you for joining us today, and I'll see you next time.